Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you a video that is very different from the usual content I put in here. But as of today, as I'm filming this, not counting today, I only have 9 days left before I go back to school. I'm not a student. I am an elementary school music teacher and I am working at 2 schools. And this year I am going to be teaching drama as well. So I teach from kindergarten up until 6th grade. And I also have 3 special needs classes for kids with autism. So as I'm trying to get out of my denial for back to school, I decided to make a quick video where I can talk about my musts and things that really helped me in my day-to-day teaching, as well as other things that I like and that I want to share. So it's not necessarily going to be bookish per se, but yeah, I know that there's a lot of students that do watch YouTube, and I know there are fellow teachers and fellow writers, and maybe you can find something that resonates with you in here. I hope so. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, the most important thing, which I've spent all day doing and setting up, is my planners. I'm not a digital person. Like, I know how it works, I know how to navigate it, but it's not my favorite. I don't tend to look up at digital planners much, or Notion. It's just too much mental work for me. So I really like to have a physical planner, and I feel like my brain just really needs me to write down things so that it can unburden my brain. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why it works, but the actual feeling of writing things down really helps me, and I bring this with me everywhere I go every day. So yeah, I have been using these for the last 4 years. So this is my 4th planner with them. It is a French-Canadian company based in Quebec, and I love these planners so much. They are undated. I also buy them unbinded, so they just come loose with no binding, no holes. And I use my Happy Planner hole puncher. So I use it basically once a year for my planner, because I really love the system, the disc systems. And these are new discs. I've been using other discs for 4 years and they were just starting to break off. So I bought some new one, and these are like darkish green, which I think are very pretty and fits with this cover. And what I really love about this planner is that it is a bullet journal, but it still has like these basic outlines and layouts. So you don't have to think about your layouts and your spreads, but you can put in whatever you want. Personalize it as you wish. So this is what it looks like. I've put in some stickers here. So we function with 5 periods in a day. So I write down all of the 5 periods, the date, as well as what day in the cycle it is. In my district, we use a 10-day cycle. We've got that here. And I just don't have my schedule. So usually I will write down like what group I have in at which period. So this is the one from last year. So I would have the periods here, and I would write down like which group I have when. And I would also write down with my pencil what I actually did during that class. And usually I'll use this space for extra notes, anything that I need to remember or not forget, or sometimes some planning details. But yeah, I really love them. Right now, I don't know what my schedule looks like. So the only thing I have left to set up this is to just write down my schedule throughout the whole year. I prefer doing it this way because it's so much easier for me to see the whole week and know right away, like when I plan specific things, I know right away what's coming up and what I'm going to be doing, and it's easier for me to organize my time and my planning anyways. I prefer it this way. I'm going to be adding some new tools to help me plan as well, like do a global planning, which I kind of do, but like in my head, I know where I'm going, but I just don't always know the details. But yeah, I'm gonna try something else in addition to my regular planners, because I feel like there's not much that I can write down in these very small spaces, which is fine. If you're interested, I also filmed a time lapse of me setting everything up for my planner. So that one will be available next week. By the time this is up, it's going to be the next video to be scheduled. I don't remember the exact date, but check that out. So since teaching drama is a new thing for me, and that I'm also doing concert band as an extracurricular activity after school once a week, and I've been planning those like last year when I did it from January till June, but this year it's going to be the whole year long, and I kind of want to take notes of things. So I decided to go with two new like global planning. So I've got these nice little notebooks. So they're basically smaller ones. I didn't want to go for very big and thick notebooks. I like the format of it, but I didn't necessarily, because I don't like writing in very smaller notebooks. This is pretty much the smallest that I'll go to, but I love the format of these. Also the binding, I don't know how you call this binding, but I love it. It's nice, and it does tend to be a little bit cheaper, and I like that a lot. And I thought these were cute with the little library and plants, and I loved this one with some plants as well. So I think this one is for music. Yeah, so everything that I'm going to be planning for music and notes that I'm going to be taking. And this one is going to be for drama. I only have 5th and 6th grade that are taking drama instead of music. And then I have kindergarten till 4th grade that have music, my special classes that also have music. So what I did is for every grade, I just went and wrote down the number of classes. So the first class that we'll get, I'll put in the date because I don't have my schedule. I can't know when I'm going to be seeing that class, but I'm going to put down the date, class number 1. This is what we're going to do, and try to have like a global planning for the whole year. Try to make it make sense as much as possible. And I do that for every grade. I'm gonna do that for the concert band as well, depending if I'm gonna have like 1 group or 2 group. So there's things that I kind of already know that I can do, but other things that I'm gonna have to wait and see with my students how I feel about it. But I'm hoping that I can get all of that planning, global planning, done quickly, if that makes any sense. I'm also giving myself the time to let all of it sit in my mind and see if I have other ideas, and not have to write everything down and erase everything like 10 times. That would be counterproductive anyways. And then after I'm done with all of that, I'm gonna be able to just take notes. And especially because drama and music, they're usually, like, I remember if I look at my music sheets, I'll remember how this went or that went in like this project, what would I do different or whatever. I will remember it, but it's something that's very, I don't know the word in English. In French, we say éphémère. So it means it doesn't stay because it's a performance. So I don't have like a paper trace of it. Yeah, from texts of the students, but like actual notes that I can write down and help me improve the projects and how I do certain things. So I just want to be able to write down some notes about the projects and like what went well and what I could do better next time, and just be able to look back into it, because this is only going to be for this year. So 2024 till 2025. And then next year I'm going to be buying some new notebooks. I want to be able to just go back to it. Oh yeah, that's that year I did this and this project, and just go back to it and look at those notes again. So I'm starting this concept this year. I'm hopeful it's going to be helpful. But yeah, the next thing that I want to talk about is, so this is my binder for my concert band in which I do play clarinet. So I've made this myself. It is a pen holder that you can just slide on your binder, but I am going to be changing how I make them. I'm going to change the elastic so that it's adjustable, and I always need a pencil when I play music, because if the conductor is giving notes, you need to like write them down ASAP all the time. There's usually a lot of notes to take, so I'm probably going to be doing another annotate with me video. I don't annotate books, but I do annotate a lot my music sheets, plus the notes during practices. So this is very helpful for me, because I hate when my pencil is on the stand and you just flip your papers and you're looking for your pencil and it falls down on the floor. I hate it. So this way I know it's always there. I can put it back on and I never lose it. So yeah, and it also fits my reed protector that I can put in here, that doesn't take any place, that I can have on hand if I need it. As of right now, this model is available on my website if you're interested, in 3 sizes. I am going to be changing them into adjustable sizes, so you'll just have to adjust to the size you need, depending on the notebook or the planner you have on hand, or the binder or whatever. So stay tuned for that. By the way, I don't have any sponsors, but you can look at my website, which is basically just myname.com, and you can save 15% with the promo code booktube15. I may not have the website set up for every country internationally, so if you're outside of Canada, maybe just reach out with me first if it's like not working. I set it up correctly depending on like what country you're at. But yeah. All right, talking about pens, I also have my favorite pens. So first of all, I made obviously my own little bag, which is waterproof. And I always try to have on hand pens as well as pencils, because I always need pens made from recycled plastic, which I love. And I make sure I always have one handy with me. I bring this bag in my school bag as well as my practice bag for band. I also have my favorite, which are the Papermate Flare medium felt tip pens, which are the ones that I used in my planner and that I love so much. I also use them for my social media planner as well as my reading journals, so my favorite. And for annotating books, I do have these Sharpie highlighters. These are the pastel ones, because I don't want the color to be like too much and distract me from actually seeing what's on paper and the music sheet and stuff. So I like these. And I do have a color code, so each color means a different thing. So I always keep them handy in case I have changes in the music sheets that I need to note and that I need to highlight. I really love them. I've been using them since January and they are still good to go for a long time. I also use a lot of colored pencils. I do have a bachelor's degree in teaching arts, like fine arts. I ended up teaching music, but it's fine. I love fine arts as well. I do have a certificate degree in fine arts too. And I love drawing. Painting is fine. I enjoy it, but I haven't painted in a good 5 years and I don't necessarily miss it that much, which I'm fine with. But drawing, I love to draw every day, and my reading journal is where I give myself permission to draw and just never lose that skill, if you may. I don't do a very elaborate drawings in my reading journal, obviously, because it would be too long to do. I did do some book covers drawings in the past, and I am going to try to do more. If you're interested, stay tuned for that. But my favorite of all time colored pencils are the, I don't know if I'm choosing the right one, the Faber-Castell Polychromos. I buy them individually. They're like $4 Canadian every pencil, but they are top notch. No one's gonna convince me to change brand. I love them just so much, and I use them all the time. I do need to buy myself another pencil case, obviously, because I cannot close the lid. I have too many. I am going to buy myself another one when I do go for supplies with my son. But yeah, I use them a lot, and they are a must as a teacher and an artist. So some more stationery things. These are like just basic normal things, but they are a must because they are the things that I tend to rebuy every year, and I tend to always like run out of, and I try to make sure that I never run out of these because I use them so much. So paper clips. I keep everything together for my students, every project from each class. I do use a lot of paper clips like these. My inventory for school is at school. I left it there because it is my class. Nobody's gonna take my place there, so I keep my stuff there. But these are my paper clips for my business, but I do use the same ones. So pretty colors, metallic colors, because I'm fancy like that. You never have enough paper clips. I at least never have enough, and I tend to run out a bit. And I have a small inventory of paper clips from the people that were there in that class like years ago before me, and I've had to put many in the trash because they didn't have any coating on them, and they kind of got rust on them, and yeah, no. So I always try to make sure I never run out of these, as well as these paper clips. I don't know how you call them otherwise. So these ones for like bigger stacks, especially when I have a lot of music sheets for one class. I do need to use these, and I do tend to run out of them. I know paper clips I'm fine at the moment at school, but not these. So I will need to stock up on those ones. I also always bring a book at school, and even if I don't have the time to read at school, I still bring one just in case. I had been able to read a couple of pages here and there during the year last year, but not much. I probably haven't even read 50 pages in the whole year, but still, I'm always so hopeful that I'll be able to read. I do bring my books in one of my book sleeves made by me and my business. So I always have at least one book in here, as well as my e-reader and my little notebook here, where nothing is displayed fancy like in my reading journal. This is just to write down some things and take notes quickly, and then I transfer into my reading journal. So I usually have this on hand, and my bigger book sleeves, I can put more than one thing in them, depending on the book that I'm bringing. But yes, I always have this, and I bring everything in my little bookish tote bag that I got, I think, in a Fairy Loot box 2 years ago, I want to say. I love it. It's cute. It just came out of the washing machine. I'm happy because it really needed a wash, and now it looks so cute, so brand new. And everything goes in here. And obviously, when you say teaching, you need stay hydrated. This is a water bottle that one of my students gave me, which I try to use as much as possible because it is so cute. It has my name on it, and it has this cute little clarinet. It's so cute. I love it. Unfortunately, when I went glamping last week, I fell on the sidewalk and I had this in my hands, and I usually hold it with the little holding thing here, and unfortunately it doesn't. Okay, I don't have enough water for it to show, but it doesn't, it's broken. So fortunately I can't hold it from the handle. It is a little bit scratched at the bottom, unfortunately, but I'm going to try to protect it as much as I can. Accidents happen, but I would be so sad to lose this one. But I try to always bring my water bottle at work, as well as a coffee mug. So I work at 2 different schools. The first one, my main school that I work at, they have an espresso machine, so I usually buy Nespressos, and we do have these little mugs with the name of the school on it, and I usually just leave it there. First of all, because it doesn't fit in the cup holder in my car, but also because I don't need to like wash it here, and if I forget to bring it back and stuff like that, so that doesn't happen. But last year for my birthday, my husband also bought me this amazing mug that is pretty much Stanley's size, even if it's not a Stanley cup, but close to it, and it says, "Teaching music is my superpower," which I thought was so cute, with little cats here that are destroying the music staffs and music sheet, whatever. I think it's so cute. You can put basically like 3 coffees in here. I usually do 2. When I go to my second school, they don't have an espresso, so I make coffee here and bring it at school there, and I only have like 2 days when I'm there. And I usually make like twice a regular coffee that I make at home in here, and I still have space left. I could make 3, but that would be pushing it. I'm not able to drink 3 coffees in one morning while I'm teaching. I can barely drink this and 1 regular coffee. But yeah, it is now my go-to. Sometimes I bring it to my main school, sometimes I don't. Really depends. But I thought it was a good mention for this video. So these are all of my musts for my back to school. I'm making sure everything is ready on that end. I am going to be making some supply purchases for my son, which you'll probably see in the vlog soon-ish. But I didn't want to include like the regular things that we buy for studying and teaching and whatnot. So these are my favorite items that I do associate with back to school. I hope you find this video helpful. Let me know if I've forgotten anything. Are there any musts that you have that I haven't mentioned yet? I would love to know and discover some more tools I could use. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you are interested in buying anything from my website, you can use the promo code BookTube15 to save 15% on your purchase. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and I will see you soon in the next one.